Ba da ba da ba. What's up, everyone? Yeah, it's Brandon here. I just earlier today recorded a more serious, grounded, spiritual teaching thingy. So, I started watching Leo's new video. Leo Gura, the creator of Actualized.org YouTube channel and website. Great guy. I was watching his new video at the very beginning, and of course I could only get a couple minutes in before, going on my own bullshit. So, quite literally, you're about to see. So, the video is about the avoidance of truth, or even more so, the avoidance of reality, and what he said right before I decided to record this little funny video. Was the he was saying, yeah, basically it's the avoidance of self too, or that's where he's about to go for like 2 hours into a video, which I don't know how much new stuff I'll get from watching it, but I think I'm actually going to attempt to watch a video by Leo for the first time in a little bit. But yeah, so I walked into my house here, I walked in, and, when I walked in, I, of course, greeted my cat while he was in the other room and meowed at him. You can hear his ass meowing right now. His name's Chester, best cat I've ever met. So anyway, I walk into my house, and it smells like shit. Now, why does it smell like shit? Well, because I have a cat, and he just took a shit. There wasn't any magical deva interactions that occurred. So as I was listening to Leo talk about this, I was like, ooh, here's an opportunity to not avoid reality, which I'm already pretty good at not avoiding reality compared to a number of people, but I wouldn't at all say I'm the best. There are others probably way better than me at it. But I was like, this is a good opportunity. I'm hearing Leo's new video talking about avoiding reality. So what's something I can do to completely not avoid reality, in a sense? You can never avoid reality, really. He was saying aversion to reality. You can definitely have aversion to reality. That's more what I was talking about. If I said avoid earlier in the video, that's what I was really meaning. Aversion to reality is a common thing. So, I had a friend ask me or mention, I wish there was a way, that you could give me to awaken without psychedelics. And I was like, well, there are a lot of different methods I could give you. The problem is nobody's going to want to do them. So I'll just do, one of those funny little methods, that may or may not produce results. But, it's just a fun video, since I made a serious one already. And since I'm crazy, I've got to balance it. If I'm going to be serious, I've also got to be crazy or ungrounded. If I'm going to be grounded, I'm technically have bipolar genetics thanks to my grandmother, and reality. So I get the fun ride of being able to jump around all the poles. So here, it's so fresh. Here we have the same smell that I was greeted with when I first entered my house. This is some fresh cat shit, as opposed to desiccated, dried out cat shit. By the way, if anyone has a cat and you want to save money on litter, there is a way to do it. You actually get, it's called pelletized bedding for horses and small animals. I got it at TSC, otherwise known as Tractor Supply Company. Just a, farm kind of business, sells to people who farm and do stuff like that in the Midwest. But yeah, that stuff is much cheaper, probably like you'll probably spend like 3 or 4 times less money on litter for your cat or whatever animal you have that shits in your house in a box. The funny thing is that it works so well to me, and I've also kind of reduced my aversion to things so much that it doesn't bother me to just not change the stuff for probably way too long for most people. But anyway, here we are with the little practice. So we got the cat shit here. And it actually doesn't even smell bad. It actually reminds me of my childhood, because this is a smell that I had a lot when I used to grow up and my parents owned horses, and my so I'm just sitting here smelling it all in, and as I'm closer to the smell of the shit, it's actually, my nose is now shifted from focusing on the smell of the shit. Now it's focusing on the smell of the bedding, which you can see turns into more like sawdust type stuff. And yeah, now I'm smelling more of that, and it like doesn't even smell bad to me. So yeah, I guess if you want a spiritual practice to reduce aversion, you can go, if you have a cat, or you can go see some horses. You can go find a local equestrian style place and go there and go smell the shit. Do like 10-minute sets, Like if you want more of a power lifter type thing, you'd want to do like 5 reps of like really deep breath into the smell of the shit. Or if you want like more like bodybuilder aesthetics, then you could do like maybe 3 sets of like 10 shorter, or you could say less weight. We can't really do less weight with our nose, so we're going to do duration. Oh, man. I can't, it doesn't even smell bad. It fucking sucks, man. I wish it could smell worse. But anyway, yeah, go do that. Go to a horse farm and enjoy time with horses for a bit and have the fun with that, and maybe a little bit of spiritual bonding with an animal that's intelligent. Horses are very intelligent. Or your cat, or your dog. You can go hang out with your dog in a park until it shits, and then, start doing your workout, reduce that aversion. And it's not like Connor Murphy eating shit or drinking piss. Although I've drank piss, I have not eaten shit yet. And I don't intend to, but who knows what kind of intense states of non-aversion I'm gonna be at in the future. It's a little bit problematic, actually, because if you reduce aversion so much, it actually makes it like, oh yeah, I fucking love everything. So yeah, this is a little funny video. And, hopefully I'll have that other video up tomorrow at some point. The problem is, of course, when I record on my, decent DSLR camera with a Rode mic, it picks up a ridiculous amount of background noise, and I'm trying to problem shoot how to reduce that in Adobe Premiere and Adobe Audition, and it's a fucking bullshit process, and I don't even have internet at my house right now. I just go to coffee shops or, someone else's house, because it saves $45 a month. That's how broke I am. But I'm also a landlord, so don't think I'm, shitty with money. It's funny, I'm saying shitty, and I'm looking right at the shit that I was just sniffing. It's odd, out of my senses, my sense of smell has always been probably the weakest compared to most people. So there is like a certain quality to, really strong smells, like the smell of shit, that we kind of have either societally. It's probably a combination of societal, cultural aversion to the smell of shit, like the idea that shit smells bad, everybody says it smells bad, and then also biological causes, like the human body's probably smart enough, regardless of any culture, to not want you to be around shit, to be smelling it, to be eating it, and because, shit has E. coli within it. That's why I wouldn't recommend eating shit. I forget if Connor Murphy ever did actually eat shit. Maybe that was just a rumor. Or maybe he just made a funny edit. I don't know if he actually did it, but I for some reason I had that memory that he did, whether that's true or not. But yeah, here's another thing I just grabbed. This is like one of my favorite smells. Ooh, this is actually this is actually developing the method live time. Like, so you could get like roses or something. For me, this is this very strong lemon scent of these like crystal things that I got at a Renaissance fair. And I'm starting to smell the shit a little bit more now that I went to this. So what you could do is you could get like your favorite smelling thing, or even a perfume maybe, and you could like max out like smelling something good, and then you could go max out smelling something bad, and then you're like getting, oh, I'm like running really heavily into attraction, and then running really heavily into aversion. And then, oh shit, I experienced them so much that I end up becoming equanimous to the whole thing and not really giving that much of a fuck, and therefore being okay under more circumstances. This is literally how psychedelics work. You run into these beautiful love awakenings, and then you have, oh my god, some fucking resistance, horrible aversion experience. Oh my god, I had a bad trip. Well, fuck you. I hope you did, man. That's part of the process. That's part of the beauty. If you're only running into attraction experiences, you're not preparing yourself very well for reality. You will come to some point where running into all these attraction positive experiences will not prepare you well for what is to come next. So if you can hit both sides of things and run very deep into attraction and aversion, like in this method, which is completely safe, you're not going to get sick from smelling shit from a safe enough distance. I don't even touch the bin that the shit's in. But I can do consciousness work, full natty bra, as Frank Yang might say. I appreciate that because both Frank Yang and I were heavily influenced by the, fitness culture, bodybuilding culture, of like the late 2000s, early 2010s. All right, so let's try this again. So we're gonna do. Oh shit! I'm smelling them both at the same time. It's actually like I was. Oh, I wonder if I can do like one nostril good smell, one nostril bad smell. It's actually really hard to sniff in both nostrils equally at the same time, especially when you have something up to your nose. Yeah, well, anyway, there's a very odd spiritual teaching for you guys. And, if you've seen my channel long enough, you probably know to expect a little bit of oddity here. And to be honest, that's one of the things I have a very good market stance on when it comes to consciousness. I can give you the weird shit. that the normal people can't. And I actually, if you really wanted my weird teachings, I could do that. I would probably do that in private, and I have with some people. But these people have to be so weird that for me to even give them such an extreme perspectives and things, it doesn't really serve many people that well for me to give the most extreme stuff to the general population on, and just upload it on my YouTube. It actually would probably lower my views and then lower my, interactions on YouTube. And then the teachings, whatever I do, if there is good within the teachings anywhere, they would reach less people. And, maybe that could be a good thing, because reaching a few people with depth can sometimes be better than reaching many people without much depth. And when you're hitting on very strange, weird things that others aren't talking about, you're chiseling into an aspect of truth, consciousness, perspective that the person hasn't been exposed to, and we're exposing them to this new concept, this new ground in consciousness that they've not reached yet. You can make a lot of progress. That's one thing that Leo does a very good job of in his videos, is he reaches many people in new ground and consciousness, or around discussion of things which are rather new, or new developments in consciousness that chisel away at the person's lack of understanding for these things, because they simply haven't been exposed to them. So he's really good at that. I'm just good at weird shit.